Okay. According to this, you should be able to hear me. Microphone check 1, microphone check 2. Let's rush this. It says I'm streaming. Let's see how we sound. It says I'm streaming. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you should be able to hear me. Man, if you were to ask me, so T, does Twitch for Dummies cover this? The answer is no. I'm not sure what happened there. All I know is that I did my Twitch dad thing. I then jumped back in here, and yeah, everything kind of went tilt. Okay, I want to see if I want to see if that fixes it. Yeah. I mean, it was also a pretty epic. Spence, if you're still out there, that was a pretty epic crash because not only did you take down my stream, or not only did Twitch, I guess the Twitch dad reaction to your raid, not only did that take down my stream, it also logged me out of Discord. So I have no idea what happened there. But here's the thing, Van. When a stream goes sideways, that's when you see the true mettle of the streamer involved. That's when you see that's when you separate the pros. That's when you separate the pros from the not pros, whatever that means. All right, I'm pulling up my live from YouTube now so that we can have the chat from that. That was crazy, everybody. That was freaking crazy. But I'm for those of you who stuck it out, thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Thanks for sticking it out. Hopefully that'll be the only thing that goes wrong with this stream. Now, what's weird is this is the second time that I've had issues with my stream. Ironically, it was not with Streamlabs. It's not a Streamlabs thing. I'm wondering if it's a PC thing, because the weird thing was that I had something very similar happen when I was using OBS. So that was kind of crazy, but we're back. And thank you very much for hanging out. This game can get a little crazy. I'm trying to and Spence, thank you very much for that raid. Thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate it. Even if you're taking down my stream, I appreciate you.
Shovel.
All right. We're back.
Hail to the king, baby.
We are back, everybody. Trying to recall where I last left off. What happened? Okay, so where did I last leave off? The incoming cards are still incoming. I've got 3 new cards for my upgrades, but I'm gonna wait until I get all the cards. But we've got Mystic Forge, we have Psy, Master Thopterist, and Sammy Wildcat Captain. These are 3 new upgrades going into my my deck here. The aforementioned Counterintelligence, which I need to call it something else now. And I was gonna check. It arrives Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Yeah, because tomorrow's Friday. So next Tuesday. Okay. When I have time to answer, what does one need to stream from a computer software-wise? We should be back. Freddie. One stream would have no idea where to start. Well, the good news is you've got Twitch for Dummies. That would be the first thing that I would tell you, because I would say start with Twitch for Dummies.
What I care about is the judgment of T. Morris, who wrote Twitch for Dummies.
Now, here's the reason why, Freddie, I wouldn't say straight away, OBS is all you need. All right, so here's what I would say. The reason why you would get Twitch for Dummies is because I basically go into the benefits of streaming from Streamlabs versus the benefits from streaming with OBS. OBS, I'm the first one to say it, OBS can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little overwhelming if you're starting off with that, okay? Because it is the way I would describe it is you are looking at a blank canvas with OBS. And Streamlabs is kind of like the Canva of streaming in that it has a lot of built-in templates and a few bells and whistles that'll make it a lot easier for you to get your stream up and running. Attention, all personnel. Ads in 30 seconds. Ads in 30 seconds. That is all. Shovel indeed. And so I would so if you don't want to be overwhelmed, I would say start with Streamlabs. If you're feeling that you want to jump in with both feet, of course you can take Freddie's advice and go with OBS. But here's the thing about OBS. OBS, you're literally starting blank. You're starting from a blank canvas. Streamlabs has a whole bunch of already built-in templates for free. So you can jump in and it's easier. Well, technically, it is easier to live stream. It is easier to live stream from Streamlabs because you can then just pick a template, plug it in, boom, boom, and you're ready to go. Especially when you move something in one scene and it moves a bunch of completely unrelated things to a different scene. Yeah, you know. And with OBS, you have a lot more control than you would over Streamlabs. The other advantage you would have over Streamlabs the advantage you would have with OBS versus Streamlabs is the Streamlabs virtual camera still is a work in progress, whereas OBS, the virtual camera, is very easy to figure out, very easy to work with. But honestly, I would say start with Streamlabs, Twitch for Dummies, and you should be fine. And then before people say, "Oh, well, you should also need like a real hot to trot and supercharged PC," I would say, yeah, about that. You're better off having a decent PC. Just make sure you have the bandwidth to handle streaming. And what I mean by the bandwidth of handling streaming is you've got to look at your upload and download time. And between the upload download time, that's going to decide what kind of stream you're gonna be making. And then finally, what do you want to stream? Do you want to stream arts and crafts? Do you want to stream gaming? Do you want to stream life? Do you want to, what is it that you want to stream? And here's the funny thing. I know that what just happened wasn't a Streamlabs issue, because, like I said, I had something weird happen to my stream on Monday, and that I was using OBS for. I pretty much use OBS for all of my streaming needs except for Streamlabs on Wednesdays and Thursdays, because that's when I multi-stream. And being able to multi-stream on both YouTube and Twitch makes my life a lot easier. So, yeah, you're all on your own. You're all on your own with OBS. So let's see. So I know that I talked about the book. I was talking about the book, and everything's good with there. Events. We do have some events coming up, and here's the lowdown skinny about that. So we have a brand new space, never before investigated. We're going to be doing that probably at the end of September, and it's going to be kind of like a preliminary investigation, because there's a place that is inviting us to not only do a paranormal investigation there, but we might be also do, we being me and Phil, we might also be doing a book signing there. So that is going to be happening. That's in the first weekend of October. And then, so first weekend of October, we're going to be doing this book event and public investigation. Then I have TwitchCon, and the weekend of TwitchCon, Phil and Pip will be doing some investigations after hours with participants of the Hotel of Horror, which is the new Factory of Fear edition if you remember, we did a haunted house last October, and we were part of the haunted house in that we would do the haunted house, and then at the very end of the haunted house, all the people that wanted to paid extra, they would join an actual paranormal investigation to see if activity actually kicked up or not. And that was really a lot of fun. Well, we got invited to come back, but this time instead of doing one weekend, we're doing 2 weekends. So the first weekend it'll be Phil and Pip doing the public event because I'm going to be over at TwitchCon that weekend. Following weekend, I come back and it's me and Phil, and we're going to be doing the Factory of Fear again. So we're looking forward to that. We also have the Halloween special, which is the return to the Rocking Cradle house. We're going back there, and we're going to go back there footage-wise. We've already been back there. We did a repeat investigation there. And then after October, we have our first paranormal investigation planned for November, and it's going to be a weekend. Friday, we're going to be investigating the Appomattox Historic Jail, and then the following Saturday, we will be doing a historic village in Appomattox. So we have that to look forward to. Pretty excited about all this stuff coming up. And then in the middle of all that, we're releasing a book. So yeah, we got books, we got ghost events, we've got public events. It's gonna be we're gonna be set. The going back to the way we were talking about playing more video games. I'm trying to get back to my Saturday VR sessions, but man, this past Saturday I was in no condition to stream. Absolutely no condition to stream. I was just beat, and I don't think. No, I'd gotten into editing the book for release in October, and I honestly thought it was in better condition than what it was, and it turns out it wasn't. So I had to make I've been having to make some very hard artistic choices for the book, and I think we're it's been a journey, and I mean it felt good to get back to it. It felt really good to get back to it. I'm gonna get off for a bit. We'll try to come back later. Minnie seems to think I need to feed him. All right, fair enough. That is more than okay. Tell Minivan that we send our best. Oh my God. My wife just told me, and I'm trying to process this as best as possible. The artist known as Youngblood, he plays D&D. Youngblood plays D&D. In the words of Tony Stark, yes, that would be very cool. Now we got to figure out how to get Youngblood to Mythic Hall. We got to get him to Mythic. Well, hang on a minute. We got to get him to Mythic Hall. So anyway, tonight, just want to make sure everybody knows, tonight we are going to be going back to GhostStop. We're going to be going back to GhostStop, located here in Lynchburg. We're going to be looking at the footage again, and we're going to be jumping back in. For anybody that managed to stick around after the wonderful raid from Resonant Moon, again, thank you, Spence. Thank you, Spence, for that wonderful raid. I do appreciate you. My name is T. You can call me TT Monster or Twitch Dad. And I am also a paranormal investigator. I work with a group that we started up, we being me and Phil Rossi. We started up a group called Old Spirits Investigations. The core four of OSI is myself, my wife, Pip, Phil, and his wife, Tina. So there's the four of us. And then we have different associates from all around, ranging from our kids to folks like the aforementioned Resident Moon, Jada Adams, and people like John Walker. So you see a lot of people coming in and working with us. We have worked with people like Ashlina over on Twitch, and we love sharing this experience with people. And right now we are also live over on YouTube. You'll notice on YouTube though that you will not see ads when I talk about ads. You won't see that because these are ads specifically for Twitch. But YouTube, for those of you over on YouTube, feel free to say hey, say hi. Don't be shy. And tonight, what we are doing tonight is we are going through the footage that we brought back from GhostStop. And for anybody that's new to the stream, for anybody that's new on what we do here, let me go on ahead and explain how things work. So, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I do footage review. And that's where I sit down with the footage and I take you through the process of paranormal investigation. A lot of people think paranormal investigation is you go to a spooky place, right? And you pull out a bunch of recorders and you go, what was that? What was that? What was that? And where you have skeptics, they say that we like to talk to the walls to see if the walls talk back. Sometimes they do. And we do all this stuff, and we do a live investigate. We do live investigations here all the time, right? Ghostbusters is not a documentary, although I wish it was, because man, I would kill for a proton pack. I would love that proton pack. But what I like to tell people about these particular streams is that, you watch Ghost Hunters, you watch Ghost Adventures, you watch Project Fear, you watch all this stuff, and you notice that with whatever it is that people are doing, they're shooting all this stuff, they're getting all this footage, but one thing you don't see, and you don't see a lot of it, and I'm trying to sort of encourage people and encourage other paranormal investigators to follow suit. All those cameras and recorders, they're capturing data, and somebody has to review said data, and that would be me. I'm the guy that reviews data, and Phil reviews data. People that are in paranormal groups, that is part of the paranormal investigation, is actually sitting down, and here's where the paranormal investigation happens. It's not necessarily just being in the space. It is also sitting down and just looking at the footage and going, okay, what did we capture? What did we capture? And where do we go from here? Right? And that's what we're doing here. And the other thing that I try to make these streams, these footage streams, is I try to make them open Q&A about paranormal investigation, whether it's what I believe, whether it is what did I capture? How do I find it? What's the gear that we use? How does the gear work? Do I think certain gear works better than other gear? That is part of what I do as a service here at OSI. I also want to show people that part of the reason why I stand by what we're doing is real and it's not fakery is I don't have the time to try and engineer any uber weirdness. Special effects is hard, and editing is hard, and I can't do both. And also, I don't necessarily know I can do some special effects, but on very basic levels. But this right here, what I'm doing, this is part of the investigation process. And I'm inviting you to join me on that journey so that you can see what goes into not just paranormal investigation, but also what goes into a proper paranormal investigation. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy. And like I said, anytime you want to ask a question, Feel free. Ask a question. Ask away. That is why I do this. And Panic, good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. I hope you're having a better night than me because I just got a monster raid only to have the entire raid, not raid, the entire stream just take a complete nosedive. And I hate to say this, that is not the first time something like that has happened. It's been a long time since something like that has happened. Quick story about me. When I first started, way back, 8 years, coming up on 8 years. 8 years ago, I was doing my morning. I was a morning streamer then, and I was streaming Destiny, and I was streaming along. Everything was great, and then an overnight streamer by the name of Jay Sniperton dropped his. It was one of the first times I ever got a massive raid. I had like over 100 people just drop into my stream, and I was so excited. And then suddenly everything shut down. It burned out my PS4, so I had to restart the stream again, which was a lot easier to do because I was working with the streaming the streaming software of the PS4, and I managed to get the stream back up. But the majority, I would say maybe, I want to say it was something like 125 people dropped on my stream. When I got back, 75 people were still there, so I was pretty happy about that. I don't think your audience are into the stereotypical ghost hunting stuff. Well, that's the thing, Freddie. One of the things that I've noticed in the sudden spike up and what I mean by sudden spike up, because I did mention it very briefly, but I don't mind sharing these numbers from our analytics. So here's the lowdown skinny, right? When season 2 launched, to kind of put it in perspective, these were the numbers we were getting. We got like 296 views on part 1 of the USS North Carolina. And then for part 2, 182 views. And then we did, the Dungeons and Dragons Satanic Panic experiment with Dungeons and Disableds. That got 135 views. We just cracked 1,000 on my revisit of the GhostTube app as a 5-minute paranormal. And then we went to Annaberg and we did 203 views on part 1, 229 views on part 2. Now, all this, while it seems very modest, those are very good numbers for us. It shows market improvement. And so I was happy with the way the season was going. And then 2 weeks ago, coming up on 3 weeks, 3 weeks ago, we dropped part 1 of our investigation of the Rocking Cradle House here in Lynchburg. And that got over 10,000 views, right? And now we're coming off of part 2, and part 2 has nearly 3,000 views. So what really changed, Freddie, between these last 2 investigations and the previous investigations from season 4? I added one thing to the video. We're still checking keywords for our titles, naming our files, certain things. We're doing all that, right? But one of the things I changed, and I do think it made a difference, is I have an opening slate now on the last 2 episodes. It says, what you're about to see is real. No jump scares, no screaming demons, no fakery or special effects. All we can do is share with you what we experienced. And I really believe that people, because when you see a thumbnail, right? When you see a thumbnail and you roll over it, or you see, you hit play, or you select the thumbnail using the YouTube television app, it will actually start playing the video through that thumbnail. And I think when people first see that, what you're about to see is real, it captures their attention. Because that's the only thing that's changed between these last 2 episodes and the previous episodes of season 4. So I think that helped a lot. And when Doug rated me, there was no stream to crash. Yeah. That is very true. He basically rated me without a stream happening. If I were to grade him, I would have said, yeah, that was, you should have checked to see if I was live.
So technically, T. Morris is correct.
Exactly. That's my 2 cents on that. But the thing was, even launching that stream as I did on the day Doug poked his head in and was comparing his stream to Twitch for Dummies, the thing was, I was ready.
He's got cats on stream?
I
God,
made those
what
efforts
can't T.
perform.
Morris do? I'm not even being facetious. It's like a really good stream.
But anyway, that's the first 10 seconds are the most vital for a video. That's why Mr. Beast always starts videos yelling. I mean, yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. But you know, if you're into that, if you're into that, very cool. If you're into that, I'm just gonna leave it at there. But as far as what we do, I just wanted to basically establish to people this is what we do on our stream, right? It's not going to be what you're looking for if you are looking for the Project Fear approach to things, right? But what you're going to see tonight is me going over the footage and trying to figure out if we caught anything. So I'm going to back it up just a little bit. And let's take a look. All right. And again, I highly encourage, if you have any questions for me concerning the paranormal, concerning what we do on the stream, that sort of thing, please feel free. Please feel free. Just what the algorithm wants. I don't even think the algorithm wants that. In all fairness, I don't think that's what the algorithm wants. The algorithm is basing itself on a couple of things. The algorithm, I mean, this is the other thing too, if you want me to talk about it. The algorithm also looks at things like, okay, what's the click-through rate? And when they're talking about the click-through rate, they're talking about the click-through rate of the thumbnail. It's looking also at how many people are deciding this is the content that I want to see. And also the interactions. Are not only are people dropping comments, are people responding to the comments in a timely fashion? Like for example, you know what? I'm going to do this right now as a matter of fact. Y'all ever decide to go back to your pocket camera if it's standing by? Okay. Don't worry, Mr. Walker. We have plans for you. But it's also how quickly do you respond to people dropping comments, right? And so one of the reasons why I think part 1 performed so well was that the algorithm saw, oh, people are watching this. People are clicking on it. People are watching it for a prolonged period of time. We got to get on that. And then the algorithm forces that forward, which is why you hear people, especially around the times of the premieres and things like that, like the episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment. Make sure to do a super chat. All these little interactions they do, they all play into the success of an episode. And quite honestly, if you were to have told me that this particular part 1 of our investigation of the Rockin' Cradle House was going to perform this well, I wouldn't have believed you. But we hit the algorithm at just the right time. People were interacting with that part 1, and they're interacting with part 2. And that's the hardest part, is catching that lightning in a bottle a second time. And in all fairness, if part 2, if part 2 lands 3,000 views before we drop the GhostStop episodes, I'm not kidding. I'll be over the moon, because before this, the highest performing episode of this season was maybe 400 views, which I was still happy about at the time, because that was improvement. But our best performing investigation. I do want to make sure that's clear. Our best performing investigation before part 1 of the Rocking Cradle House was an investigation part 1 of Antietam. Right? And the only reason the Antietam one was suddenly getting traffic was because another podcast had hooked onto it. And it's a very well received, well listened to podcast, and they have a playlist, and apparently their traffic connected us, and then we started getting traffic on that. And ironically, that particular episode was not really one of our busier episodes. I think we got one EVP, and that was really about it. Everything else was just kind of chill. And that was our top performing investigation. All of our top performing videos, again, I don't mind saying, at the very top of the views is Doug. And it was the reaction video that I did a year ago. I cannot believe that was a year ago. A year ago, where I reacted to Doug's look at his stream versus Twitch for Dummies. But all the other investigations that we had up to that point, the only one that was getting any kind of traction was that Antietam episode. Now, we have an investigation that is in the top 5, and I could not be happier. Well, thank you, Freddie. You know what? I do too. If I'm ever having a rough day, I'll watch that video because it picks me up. I'm very proud of what I did with that video. I'm proud of the reaction to the video. It's an honest reaction, so I got no complaints. But let's get back to tonight. So where we are is we're in the headquarters of GhostStop. GhostStop is the vendor of they are a purveyor of original and unique ghost hunting equipment. Like the Simon and Chuck, the triangle that is also called the Flux 2. I use that. That was my first ghost gadget, right? Hey, how you doing there, Randy? GhostStop makes that. The laser grid that I use, GhostStop makes that. And you've seen some of the other gadgets they've made. Everything from the Solace to the Hydra. The Hydra is a recent favorite. We love the Hydra. So they make this stuff, and I said, "Have you guys ever had this place investigated?" And he said, "By a team, no. I mean, we've used our, we're pretty sure this place has got some juju about it." And so we were the first team to go in and do a paranormal investigation of GhostStop HQ. And not this week, but next week, part 1 will drop. Part 1 will drop. So here's how the review goes. I will go on ahead and I will turn down the music. It'll still be playing, but that's for breaks. And then we go in and we listen and we watch and we look to see if anything weird happens. So with all that being said, let's get back into GhostStop headquarters here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Okay. All right. What was that? Uh-oh, hang on. Someone poked out while you walked past that room. Ooh. Camera pointing down this hallway here.
Okay.
And all right, so right now we're on the 3rd floor. Did I notice anything at the time? You're saying when someone poked out? Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. I want to see if I caught. Then we can just go on ahead.
Put a couple motion sensor lights down at the end there.
But I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we should do something in here.
That's good. That's a good sign. So yeah, we can always shift it.
Okay, so this is going back towards the elevator. I grab my stand. And I believe, so that light you see at the very back, so that's Connor. And there's a light moving around the back. That's Phil.
All right. What was that?
I'm sorry. I don't think that was Phil. I think that was just the lights from outside, and that's a reflection. That might be that also might be a reflection of the light from my camera on the window in the far end. Okay, real quick, everyone.
T. Morris
Hang on. I gotta let that finish.
is proud of me. T. Morris is proud of me.
I am. I'm very proud of Doug. Okay. Attention, all personnel. Ads in 20 seconds. Ads in 20 seconds. That is all. All right. So I said I see that I supposedly saw somebody duck out and pop back in. Let me just see if I can fast forward, if I can frame by frame it. Okay. Something else I can do. I'm just going to go on ahead and temporarily change. I'm just going to change the qualities of this clip. Okay. Just going to lighten things up a little bit. Now, let me see here. I want... There we go. Now, this is a little washed out. I'm just saying, this is a little washed out. But I'm just setting this for the moment so I can see if I catch anything.
What was that? Hang on. Someone poked out. All
right. Okay. I need to make it brighter. So let's try changing the... Oh, that doesn't help. That's going to make it darker. So just see. Whoop. All right, Chris. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it.
All right. What was that? Hang on.
So whatever I see, it's there. Now, could be, don't mind saying, chat, it could just be, something playing tricks on my eyes. It could be that. Let's see. All right, so let me try lightening it up another way. Let's invert. That doesn't help me. Brightness and contrast. When in doubt, go back to the original. Simple brightness and contrast. Okay, so I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to boost up the brightness a little bit. Okay. And now let's see if I catch anything.
What was that?
minute. Wait a minute. I see something moving in the back. I do see something moving in the back. But again, it could be my eyes playing tricks on me.
Uh-oh, hang on. Uh-oh, hang on. Uh-oh, hang on. Uh-oh, hang on.
So if okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. I may have to isolate this because this is going to be something that I'm going to have to look a little. I'm going to have to look closer at with different software. No, sorry, not different software, but yeah, I might have to look at this particular moment differently with different with different filters, because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing some lights in the back get blocked. So I just no. So I just want to see if. Hang on. Thank you for that resub, my baby. That's my funny honey. That's Pip Ballantyne resubbing for 60 months. My biggest fan, everybody. My biggest fan. Yeah, it's on the right, baby. It's on the right. I don't think it's Phil. I do not think it's Phil. But let me see. Before I say okay, I'm just gonna move on. I want to see if there's anything I can use to bring that out. I'm gonna go back to my original approach, which was adjust, and I'm gonna use levels. I'm just gonna drop it on here, and I'm gonna see if I can't. Okay. And that's red, green, blue. I don't know if it's the colors I need. It's just basic black or white. Now this is going to make it darker, so I don't want to do that. But I want to bring up the white. Well, there's the gamma as well. So I want to bring up the brightness. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot either, chat. Sometimes it's just a matter of tweaking with it. Okay. And then let's see. Do I want it? No, I don't want to do that. I need to make it brighter. Okay. So hopefully that's not too washed out. Okay, and okay, this should be at 0. Let me see this. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this.
All right. What was that? Uh-oh,
See, it's right here. It's right here. Look at where my cursor is.
Uh-oh, hang on.
It's right there. Now, I don't know if that is Phil.
Uh-oh, what was that? Uh-oh, hang on.
That could be Phil.
What was that? Uh-oh, hang on.
Because Phil is in the room. Phil is in the room, so that could have been Phil peeking out.
Someone poked out while you walked past that room. Ooh.
No. have to find out if I caught it on another camera. If I caught it on another camera, then we're in business. But I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. I'll have to consult Phil on that.
Okay.
I grab this.
All right. What was that? Uh-oh, hang on.
See, I think that's Phil right there. And I don't think he would have been able to jump that far from that far door to here. I don't think he could have done that.
Someone poked out while you walked past that room. Ooh.
Oh, now that was actually something that I got on chat. Someone poked out while I walked past a room.
All right.
Okay, so let's. I'm gonna. So yeah, so I'm gonna scrutinize this. I'm gonna scrutinize this clip. Let me just start from the beginning here.
Okay.
All right, so I grabbed the So at this point, I grab my tripod and I start moving. So I'm going to come back to this clip, and to do that, to know that I have to come back to this clip, I go ahead and I say, yeah, let's label this clip, and I'm going to label that clip red. That way I know I'm looking for something. Hey, how you doing there, Chris? Good to see you. Oh, hey, there you are, Chris. How's Parakeet doing? How's Sky doing? I hope she's well. And hello. Wow, that's a heck of a username right there. I'll just call you SZ. That'll work for me. How you doing there, SZ?
All right. What was that? Uh-oh, hang on. Someone poked out while you walked past that room. Ooh.
So it's one of the earlier rooms. They're saying they saw somebody poke out. So I'll have to go back and look a little more. I have to scrutinize that clip a little more.
No. What happened?
So I got a person in chat. Her name is Fee, Dark Phoenix, but I call her Fee.
Hello.
And Fee said that when I said, I'd like to sit up in this room, Fee responded, yes, this room. Someone poked out while you walked past it.
No.
So, and then we can just go on
Maybe I'll
ahead.
put a couple motion sensor lights down at the end there.
But I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we should do something in here.
That's good. That's a good sign. So yeah, we can always shift if we have to.
All right, so it's something happened. Something happened in this vicinity. Something happened in this vicinity of the video. So I will have to go back and check on that.
Just going
Maybe I'll
ahead.
put a couple motion sensor lights down at the end there.
But I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we should do something in here.
That's good.
Nope.
But I was thinking, yeah.
Wait a minute.
I was thinking, yeah. But I was thinking, yeah.
If you're wondering what I'm looking at this doorway. I'm looking right here specifically. The problem is my camera's moving. My camera's moving. a hell of a lot. But so here's the problem. Because the camera is moving so much, and this is where I become kind of the Debbie Downer of the group. The camera is trying to figure out what this is, right? The optics in the camera are trying to capture whatever is back here. This looks like a door handle, but
I was thinking, yeah.
But when you look at it from a distance, it does look like from a distance, it does look like someone's peeking around the corner.
But I was thinking, yeah. But I was thinking we should do something in here.
That's good. That's a good sign. So yeah, we can.
Because if you look, now suddenly this shadow is a bit more pronounced. And if I zoom in on it, it does look a little more pronounced.
I mean, we can always shift if we have to.
And when I get closer to it, when I get closer to wherever that shadow is, it could literally be an optical illusion of of my camera moving back and forth and me and my gait when I'm walking, and it could be the fire extinguisher. So that's a pretty decent debunk right there, because from a distance this does look like a head kind of poking out, and I think that's what we were seeing. I think what Fee might have thought she saw was the fire extinguisher poking out. That's a possibility. Okay. I will double check that offline, but I think it's really interesting when you are in that situation, and when sometimes people are watching live on stream, they are hyper focused on whatever's happening on the screen, and it's very, very easy to, want something so badly be paranormal that you don't want to debunk it. But if you do, well, bonus. Then that's one less thing you got to worry about.
So I got a person in chat. Her name is Fee, Dark Phoenix, but I call her Fee.
Hello.
And Fee said that
But don't worry, we had some other weird stuff happen here, so we're all good.
when I said I'd like to sit up in this room, Fee responded, "Yes, this room. Someone poked out while you walked past it."
No.
So I'm
Are
like,
you sure it wasn't me standing here alone in the dark?
could have been, but
I don't know.
Just put that.
but
Not a good idea. This is my place of work. I'm up in this room all alone all the time.
That's why I'm going to look at it a little more.
Sometimes I'm alone, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm alone.
Phil seen on film saying something in a creepy voice. T says, "Paranormal investigator tip: you're not you when you're hungry." Oh, man, we could get so much mileage out of Snickers. I tell you what.
Hello. All right.
Because Tina and I also like to sing on our investigations. It's just something that happens.
It's just something we
Paranormal
do.
investigation.
It's something we do. Paranormal, the musical. Okay.
I think I'm gonna try my stream on YouTube now because Streamlabs isn't working.
And I'm going to leave this here. And I'm just going to leave it record. And let's get some more gear.
All right. Oh.
Oh, you put motion sensors down there. All right. Great. Yes, sir. I can also put, well, no. I don't want Simon. I want Simon to remove this. That's what I call it. So I give call signs to all devices. Okay. And I call Billy, you coming?
Oh yeah. Shit, don't leave me alone. Don't leave me.
Now this is going to be kind of interesting because I had to get something from downstairs. So we're going to have a moment where the stream and the video, everything's recording, but there's nobody on that floor. So let's see if we caught anything. Sometimes freaky stuff happens. So you can still hear me. You can still hear me talking. Okay. All right, hold on. So I'm just checking something here. I'm just going to check something here in Adobe Audition. Just to see if I'm either if my ears are playing tricks on me, or if I actually caught something. I feel like I'm hearing footsteps, but I could be wrong. Let me run it through let me put it through the paces. See if I caught anything. False alarm. False alarm. I thought I had caught some kind of like footsteps or something, but I don't think I did. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Okay. How you doing there, Walker? How you doing? Thank you for for giving us some time over there on the on part 1 of the Rock and Cradle House. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. All right. And both are performing exceptionally well, so I'm very excited about that. So Walker, what you're seeing here is that we have left stream and one of my cameras up and running on the 3rd floor of the GhostStop building, and just checking to see if we caught anything while we were downstairs on the 1st floor trying to get some gear to bring up to the 3rd. So there's. Attention, attention, all personnel. Ads in 35 seconds. Ads in 35 seconds. That is all. All right. Getting back to it. Now, you might notice I've been a little preoccupied with this section right here. That literally could be the camera trying to render whatever is there. So what I'm looking for, if you were curious, is I'm looking for something that I could physically outline and point out as a figure walking past that point in the hallway. And unfortunately, I don't think I've got that. I think I've just got natural, cameras trying to, hone in on what's on what's in the shadows. You always want it to be something more. You really do. But sometimes it's not. And we're about to return.
Yeah, this doesn't look too ominous. All right. Go ahead and put this here. We'll keep the envoy in here as well. And then figure out something to do with this camera. Figure out what, I know exactly what to do with it.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay.
I think my ears
We're gonna be a brave little soldier.
In theory, right? Oh, you're going alone? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this. We believe in you.
Whoa!
The one the light shot?
Did either one of you giggle?
No.
I'm walking down there and you guys going, you got this, T, you got this. And I heard it.
All right, we're going to listen to that as soon as I finish this caramel.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this. We believe in you.
Whoa!
It was Phil. It was Phil.
I think my ears
We're gonna be a brave little soldier.
In theory, right? Oh, you're going alone? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this. We believe in you.
Whoa!
That was Phil. That was Phil. That was Phil.
Are you going alone? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this. We believe in you.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was Phil.
The one the light shot?
Did either one of you giggle?
Yeah, Phil,
No.
that was a giggle. That was a giggle, Phil.
I'm walking
You were
down
giggling.
there and you guys going, you got this, T, you got this. And I heard a giggle. I heard a freaking giggle.
All right.
As
That was
clear as
Phil.
Goddamn day.
Dude. And
That
every
was
time
Phil.
even the other day when we played D&D, I had to go in there to put my stuff away, and I didn't want to turn the lights on, so I was just like in there. It was
So I have to mark that as a debug.
no.
How you doing there, Incognito? Good to see you. Good to see you, and good to see you. Okay. So let me mark that.
In theory, right? Oh, you're going alone? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this.
Yeah, that's Phil. That's Phil. Okay. I'm gonna put a mark. Oh wait, no. All right, so yeah, Phil, that's what's called a giggle. That's what's called a giggle, Phil. I love my Boo, but I tell you what, he tests my patience. Boo tests my patience. All right. No, I don't want it to. I don't want it to drop the marker there. All right, there we go. Incognito round 2. Let's go. No, don't put it there. All right, I'll put it there. All right, I'll drop in the red, and I'll just say debunk. Phil's giggle.
In theory, right? Oh, you're going alone? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're good, T. You got this. We believe in you.
Whoa!
The one the lights on?
Did either one of you giggle?
No. No.
Phil, you just giggled. You
I'm
just
walking
giggled.
down there and you guys going, you got this, T, you got this. I heard a giggle. I heard a
Damn it, Phil.
freaking giggle.
All right.
As clear as goddamn day.
Dude. And every even the other day when we played D&D, I had to go in there to put my stuff away, and I didn't want to turn the lights on, so I was just like in there. It was the most.
Your motion light just went off, Phil.
Good. That's why.
Both of them did. They're coming towards me.
That's
Right,
why.
I'm falling back.
Hey, how do you guys feel
See?
about projecting a GS2 against this wall here?
I like it.
See? How do you feel?
Actually, I was thinking about putting it in here.
Let's do it.
I heard when you hear a giggle, that's where it's like, okay.
So should we be setting all our stuff up out there?
I hope not. No, I don't.
No. Okay.
I just hope
Silly
the
Phil.
camera picked it up.
Yeah.
I just hope
Well, I have a digital recorder running in here too.
What, in the hallway?
No, out in here.
That's cool.
A little further, put it in between the two motion lights. Okay? So I'll tell you when to stop.
All right.
And stop right there. Because I'm gonna put Hydra here. Yeah, that's good. Calibrate that puppy. Now, I could put the camera here on the Hydra, or I could put it over there so we can just record so we just record it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Alright. This is definitely one of those devices that I can't set up in the dark. Hang on.
So, if anybody's wondering, this particular video is coming from my phone. This is the stream, and you can tell the stream because I've got the OSI branding on it and investigation in progress. When you come to a live stream of one of my investigations or one of our investigations over at OSI, this is what you should see. That way you know it's a proper investigation. And I'm using the optics off of this phone. And quite honestly, it's not necessarily a bad. The optics of your smartphone are actually pretty freaking good, especially in the past 2 years. I mean, the optics have just been getting better and better and better on the phone. Still a bit dim because of our lighting and our situation. Should be changing the later we get into this video.
Oh,
But-
jeez.
You all right?
Yeah, I just ran into some power cables.
But we're still setting up over here.
Clear as
But again, during setup, weird stuff can happen.
You ready for
And I
this?
thought it was
Weird stuff can
Thought it was
happen.
me?
Motion light down here.
Yeah?
Both of them.
Hell yeah.
Both of them at the same time.
That was good.
I didn't like that.
Alright.
What is this contraption?
So
This is a homemade portal.
it's like the SV11's noise elimination circuit.
Oh,
It's
that's
essentially-
APFD processor thing?
Yeah, so but the sensei's done, I use guitar pedals, right? So there's a noise gate guitar pedal,
Mm-hmm.
reverb pedal. Yeah. Yeah, it's our fun little gadget, and I can adjust the threshold on here.
Well, that's awesome, because I hate the APFD processor.
Yeah.
So Connor, have you ever child's giggle up here?
I don't think so. But you know what that calls for? The boo buddy.
The what?
Oh, the Boo Buddy.
It's exactly what the boo buddy's intended for.
Well, if you want to go get a boo buddy and bring it back up here, I'd be game.
This was where this was where Pip fell in love with the Boo Buddy.
All right. You can always save the.
And for a while we kept calling it Boo Bear, but we broke that habit. It is the Boo Buddy, and we got a new Boo Buddy coming very soon. So Phil is setting up the portal over there. And I believe at the end of the hallway we put up both the Hydra and the GS2 laser grid up. So that's what we got. I do recall that I had a second camera up. I'm just trying to remember where it is. What's it say? I think it says now. I believe it just said now. Interesting. Okay.
Is someone down here? Oh, was that you? Okay.
I'm right here.
That was you. Okay, I think I heard that door. I'm like, it's happening!
Also, these are the bathrooms here if you guys need to use them. Like
Okay.
I said earlier, though, don't use the soap on the wall.
Don't use it, so. Got it.
There is soap next to the sink. Just don't use the one on the wall.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. So we're starting to get some stuff. It's a little disjointed. just heard it say, "How are you?"
While the boys are getting set up, I'm just gonna, in the interest of time, introduce our group here. We're a team of storytellers. We're here with respect. Respect. Respect.
Sometimes when you're listening to ITC devices like this one, the homemade portal, which is basically a spirit box that's running through a bunch of different hardware components that's taking out the that you hear in a lot of the spirit boxes, and then it actually accents and prioritizes the clearer hits that come through. Sometimes you get really interesting, relevant stuff, and then other times you just get random noise. Like I'm hearing this say Pedro, as in Pedro Pascal, but I don't think that is relevant or of interest in anything that's happening here. But I'm recording it anyway, because you record the significant stuff with the not so significant stuff.
We're here with respect. It just said get out.
That's the other fun thing is I'll hear what it says, and then Phil will say what he says, and sometimes it's not even close.
We're here with respect. It just said get out.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, Phil. And that was a giggle you made earlier.
Really?
Yes. We're here out of respect, and we want to tell stories. We want to tell your stories. Stories that deserve to be heard, that maybe are forgotten. We want to know who's here.
Okay. And then one last. Oh. All right. I'll do it. I'll do it downstairs. I'll get his password. All right.
This is awesome.
Thank you. I need to clean up a little bit. It got kind of a little shook up on the last trip transporting it, so I need to run the wires. But
Yeah, we've been there.
yeah.
Now that actually sounds like it says help. That sounded like a very strong help to me.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, I just heard my name.
I just heard.
Oh, yeah,
I just heard
Phil.
a very hard out.
Yes. That's the
Yeah.
second out type message.
All right. I'm
Do you
turning
not want
down-
us here for some reason?
I'm turning down. I'm turning down touch. I'm turning up temperature, and I've put it on the emoji, so you can tell me exactly how you're feeling whenever we ask a question.
So right now I'm working with
I'll start
The,
off with a
um,
very basic one. Are you?
a gadget from GhostTube. I'm working with a device called the Envoy. It's got a lot of different modes, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. This is one of those gadgets that I'm fascinated by, but it hasn't really had an MVP kind of moment, you know. And I'm wondering if I'm asking too much from this device to deliver.
Okay with us being here?
See, what detector is the Envoy on?
Temperature. I've turned it up on temperature,
Okay.
and I've got it in emoji mode. Just something different.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, if you want to get close and by motion as well as temperature. So I'd like to know if someone is here right now. Feel free to have a seat next to me. Can I get your opinion on the renovations?
Well, that's interesting. And that was instant. That was an instant hit. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. The real question is, because the device is actually made at GhostStop, is whatever there, would it recognize would it recognize the would it recognize the flux? That's the real question. All right.
What was that, flux?
That was the flux.
That was the flux.
Yep. It just went off green. Okay, you made the green side go off. Can you make the red side go off as well?
And that's a tip that I give everybody when they first start working with this device. I go, to make sure that what you're dealing with is something intelligent, always ask that. Can you make the other side go off? And if it makes the other side go off, boom, then you can really start having some type of interaction. And we've had it. It's interesting to watch the flux do its thing. One of the other things I tell people to do it is that if the green light keeps going off, and I picked this up from another team, you basically flip it around to see if the green light still goes off or if the red light starts going off. So that's kind of a cool little something to try with the flux in the field.
That was the flux doing a green.
Neither one of us made it go off.
I've never heard it do that beep.
We see the long beep is temperature.
Oh yeah.
Short beep.
Yeah.
And I've got it on its short
Wow.
sides.
That's the first time I've ever heard that a flux do a temperature.
Long
change.
time is temperature.
Wow.
And just whoever's in this space with us, just so you're clear, if you have an understanding, you can change the temperature to interact with that device. You can use your motion to interact with that device. And by lighting up the red light or the green light, it'll help us have a conversation.
That's what we're looking for.
And sometimes it'll say something, and I cannot, for the life of me, understand it. This is when it earns the triple question mark. Okay. But I just noticed that right after it says that, yes. So I didn't get all of that, but I got something. Like says yes.
That might be me, but that sounded like Baldur's Gate to me.
It did a little bit. They're two different voices.
Yeah.
He's a D&D fan.
It's the right space, actually.
I know, it's the right space for that.
Yeah.
And Baldur's Gate has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Not since the 1900s, but
So you made the green light go off. Can you make that red light go off, please? Just so that we can have a conversation.
mother. That was a very clear.
Very
mother.
clear.
Are you looking for your mother?
So I'd like to know if someone is here right now. Feel free to have a seat next to me. Can I get your opinion? Red light go off, please? Just so that we can have a conversation.
And hello. I think it's you, Randy, over there on YouTube. That was a pretty clear one, Mother, right over there. Oh, just so you all know. So I've been watching in small doses because it's kind of a tough watch. I don't mind saying. I've been watching in small doses. There's this new docuseries that is on Amazon, and it is called Psycho: The Lost Tapes of Ed Gein. And just want to throw this out there. My verdict is out on it. Now, there's an intersection. There's definitely an intersection between paranormal investigation and true crime. And I recognize it, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I admit I enjoy a good dose of true crime. My biggest hang up, though, with this new docuseries about Ed Gein has nothing necessarily to do with the subject matter. But I find some of the stock footage that they're using a bit distracting because they're using AI. The way they're getting around it is like they have these pictures of Ed Gein's mother and Ed Gein's father, and it has their names, and then in parentheses next to it, it says presumed. And then they have a picture of Ed Gein younger, and next to it in parentheses, it says presumed. And what they're doing is that they're basically asking AI to create what they think, based on the pictures of Ed Gein that we have, what his mother and father would look like. And if you don't know who Ed Gein is, Guin, or if you've never heard the story of Ed Gein, one of the first movies that was based off of the horrific crimes of Ed Gein was Alfred Hitchcock's movie Psycho. He heard about the Ed Gein case, read up on it, and then he created Psycho. The other movie that played very heavily off of the Ed Gein case was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then there were aspects of Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. So you can kind of put together how wicked dark the Ed Gein story is, but they're using AI to create footage of Ed Gein, and it's really distracting because, one, you all know about my feelings towards AI when it's used in a creative respect, and this is where it's kind of crossing the line for me, because they could have, what I would have liked to have seen them do, because the whole point of this is that they've just discovered these lost tapes. They had no idea these tapes existed. They just found, I don't even know where they found these or where they were kept, but they found this old reel-to-reel of Ed Gein's interview the night he was arrested for all these horrific crimes. So we finally hear what Ed Gein sounds like. And that, to me, would have been an opportune moment to do what they did for the Enfield Poltergeist, where they got actors to come in and they lip synced to the interview tapes. And not only would they have been lip synced, they would have dressed them in the way, they would have styled their hair, they would have basically made them look like Ed Gein and the people that were involved with his arrest. Instead, they use AI. And it's really distracting because the eyes don't look quite right. The face doesn't look quite right. It's just, and the other thing that bothered me about this was an MGM Plus production. You know, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. I mean, come on. You guys have money. You can do better. You could do better than this. Okay. Attention, all personnel. Ads in 35 seconds. Ads in 35 seconds. That is all. I mean, the case is fascinating, but man, that AI is I will let everybody know what I think of the final bit. I should also throw out too, Pip and I are still watching Alien Earth, still really good. It is just one. I can feel myself tensing up while I'm watching it. It's really well done. It is really freaking well done, and I'm anxious to see where they're going to go It's 10 episodes, and I think this next episode is going to be the halfway point. So it'll be really interesting to see where they go through all this. The other thing too I found out about Alien Earth is there's this one very menacing character. He is not a synthetic. He is a human, but he is one of the corporate enforcers, if you will. And I found out that the actor that's playing him is the guy that played Vivian from The Young Ones. So again, really worth seeing. Yeah, Randy, this is Alien Earth. This is the new series put on by FX. I believe you can now access it because Disney acquired Hulu. You can access it through Disney Plus, but this is a prequel set before Alien, and it's really freaking good. It's really freaking good. 10 episodes, and they've already dropped 4 episodes. So yeah, it's been pretty solid so far. Yeah.
Mother. That was a very
Very
clear.
clear.
Are you looking for your mother? If you're looking for your mother, maybe you can light up the green light. Up the green light. Light up the green light.
We got what?
I'm figuring out how YouTube Live works.
And now you know why you try to figure that stuff out before you go on an investigation.
With the lights on.
With the lights on, exactly.
Highlight. Is this the flash? Yeah, it's the flash. Alright. Okay, I understood a bit.
Still haven't seen. Okay. Haven't seen. Okay, you're awfully good with the green light. Now the green light is telling me you're making it cooler in here. So can you make the red light go off as well? I would love it if you make that red light go off. If you make the red light go off, you might be able to communicate easier. You won't have to pick a face on the Envoy, what that device is. You don't have to even make your voice heard on the radio over here. You make that red light go off, you show me. I'm not behind you.
I heard that.
You make that red light go off, you show me. I'm not behind you.
I heard that.
You show me. You make that red light go off, you show me. I'm not behind you. I'm not behind you. I'm not behind you.
I'm trying to figure out if there was movement we caught. I think, if I remember correctly, I'm sitting at the table, and across the table from me is Connor and Phil, and then we catch movement.
Yeah, on the radio over here. You make that red light go off, you show me. I'm not behind you.
Yeah, it almost sounds like there's movement there. Not 100% sure on that. I'll have to double check with Phil. And hopefully I have another camera in here that I can look at. This is how we sort of break things down. I basically go through one camera, see what I've got, and then I look and see at the other footage and find out, okay, do I have footage of this? Do I have footage of this? And so on and so forth.
I'm not behind you.
I heard that.
You show me that you can make the red light go off, and we can have a very simple conversation, you and me.
Sounded like it was Steven to me.
Yeah. And if you-
That you can make the red light go off, and we can have a very simple conversation, you and me.
Okay. I actually heard the portal go, ew. After I said, we can have a conversation. Ew. I mean, you can just tell us that you don't want to talk to us. That's fine too, you know.
That you can make the red light go off, and we can have a very simple conversation, you and me.
Sounded like it was Steven to me.
Yeah. And if you know voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking for Steven? Definitely a good vibe on this floor.
You do or you don't.
I do. I like it. Do you recognize anyone in this room? What do you want to talk about?
I see you out there, Walker. It's always frustrating to me whenever I can't identify a sound on the portal. Oh, come on. Urgh. Okay, gotta do it all over again. Out.
It was only Jesus.
I heard G. Let's go G.
I heard G.
All right. Let's try something else with this device in my hand. This device in my hand.
Checking on this side.
Is that an EMF going off?
Yeah, that's EMF. I just turned it all the way up for EMF
Ah.
and for temperature. And now temperature and EMF are going off. But right now it's just gibberish.
Hey, T,
Yeah?
can you just move back and forth from your chair? And then the other way? Okay, thanks.
All right.
I'm gonna check out the grid.
It's just spitting out.
I'm hearing some noises back here. Okay, that's me turning on the motion lights.
Yeah, if it's going crazy, I'd turn the sensitivity down.
You move down here.
You just got a yes in here. That's what it sounded like to me.
You move down here.
Okay, that does sound like a yes. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right.
You just got a yes in here. That's what it sounded like to me.
That gave me the chills a little bit. Oh, well, the motion lights just went on. If there's someone back here,
Ooh. There's an exactly. I heard that.
that gave me the chills a little bit. Oh, well, the motion lights just went on. If there's someone back here, can you touch me?
Kind of disappointed in my past self because I didn't flip the fucks around to see if it was just a false positive or if in fact the whatever was there was actually focusing on the green light. Green. Okay.
Okay. Getting very good with the green light, but I'd love to see the red light go off.
Well, I just heard a really loud bang. Like that.
I'm not gonna ask for you to prove that you're here or not. I'm seeing this light go off.
I'm getting a lot of noise back here.
You see anything on the, do you see anything on Hydra?
Only me.
Okay.
Right where you're at, Phil, is where I've had the most experiences on this floor.
Yeah, the motion light just went off on its own. Alright. Who's back here?
This tail end of the hydro went off.
Wow. The sound's getting louder, as a matter of fact.
Is the sound just knocking?
It's tapping. Can you tap 3 times?
Okay.
That's something to see, yes.
These 3 taps, let me know you back here. It's tapping. Can you tap 3 times?
That's something to see, yes.
These 3 taps, let me know you back here. Did I say warning?
Sound like gibberish.
I can see how you got a warning from it, though.
Yeah. Also standing back here in the dark. Can you make that tapping sound 3 times in a row? Just so that I know it's not just random noise.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save where we're at, and I'm just going to go ahead and step away and get some hydration because I think I need some. Let me see how loud the music is here. Yeah. I'm going to get some hydration, and then when we get back, we will jump right in where we left off here. So, again, hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is T. You can call me TT Monster, Twitch Dad. And I am one of the 2 founders of Old Spirits Investigations. We are a young, up-and-coming paranormal investigation group on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. So you can find us here on my stream, where I do footage reviews. We also do live investigations here. You can also find us on YouTube at Old Spirits Investigations. These are just some of the places you can find us. And thank you very much for being here. Certainly do appreciate it. When I'm not doing paranormal content, I sometimes do VR gaming on Saturdays, and on Mondays I do the Mana Buds, where I play Magic the Gathering. And that's the long and short of it. So let me go on ahead, let me get some hydration, and when I get back, we will return to this footage review. If you got any questions for me, leave them in chat, either over on YouTube or on Twitch, and we can talk about it. Okay? Thanks a lot, everyone. I will be right back. This is not industrial. I'm sorry. This is way too Euro trash pop. I'm sorry. Not buying that for a second. But hi everybody, welcome on back. I got my hydration here. So I'm getting ready to be hydrated. Got my hydration here. Thank you very much. Cheers. I hope you took some time, stretched a bit. You know, found yourself a source of hydration as well. So my wife showed me downstairs. Giggity. My wife showed me downstairs the picture of Dragon Con on Wednesday night. All right, here are my thoughts about Dragon Con. I don't mind talking about this. Don't get me wrong. I went to Dragon Con several times when I was. I'm curious, baby, because I know Pip is watching downstairs. Did we ever? Oh, boyfriend commented that the music slapped. This music? Nah. This is nah. I'm sorry. This is not slapping music. Not under industrial. It's called Freaky Nights. Hang on. What? That was it? Wait a minute. Really? Wow. Oh, this is Circle of Dust. Okay, this is going to be industrial. This is going to be industrial. By the way, hi Panic. All right. So anyway, but I know my baby is watching. I know Pip is watching. Did we ever take with us anything from the Ministry of Peculiar Occurrences down to Dragon Con? I'm trying to remember if we did. I know one time Pip was signing copies of, oh damn, it was the books that she wrote for Forge. I think it was Forge Publishing. So I know that she did some signing down there with those books. Pyre books. And I know she did a signing down there once. But here's the thing about being an author and going to Dragon Con. Unless someone has got like signings for you to go to Dragon for you to have at Dragon Con, I'm kind of hard pressed. Pyre, thank you. Pyre books. That's right. I think you're kind of going to Dragon Con to have fun, but you're not going there to network. There really are very few, if any, networking possibilities at Dragon Con. Editors do not go to Dragon Con. If they do, it's rare. When it comes to furthering your career as a writer, probably not. You're better off going to Worldcon or, better yet, anything SIFO related. That's going to help you as a writer. But Dragon Con is a show. Dragon Con is. I think we did sign some books at a book vendor. I want to say we did, but that was the last time we went. It just they had a steampunk contingent that showed up at Dragon Con, and it was pretty cool. I remember one time meeting Bruce Boxenleiter because he had this great idea apparently for a series called Lantern City, and we had a friend that was planning to do props for him and everything. A guy by the name of Thomas Wildeford. And we were really excited and there was a lot of support for it, But Dragon Con, when we went there, was just so effing huge. I mean, it was a show. It was nuts. And they're now showing what Wednesday night looks like at the event. And I just said no. There's unless a really big vendor picked up like if the Discovery Channel picked up Old Spirits, or if suddenly somebody's decided, we want to turn the Ministry of Peculiar Occurrences into a series, then I'd go. Then I'd go to Dragon Con. But as a writer, no. Attention, all personnel. Ads in 5 seconds. That is all. I mean, I remember some of the panels for writers at Dragon Con, and literally they were in basements. They were in the basements of the hotel, and they were tucked away. It was like we were the pariah. And at one time, they had a really, really active podcasting presence at Dragon Con. I don't know if they still do that anymore. But I remember, I mean, Dragon Con was always a good time, don't get me wrong. But it was really kind of a stretch to justify you going there. If I had a choice between going to Dragon Con or TwitchCon, I'm going to go to TwitchCon. I have made more connections, and I feel like I have grown more as a content creator by going to TwitchCon than I have going to Dragon Con. Also, it's reached a point now where TwitchCon I don't think is ever going to get to this point. I really don't see it. But so Steve and I are flying out on Wednesday, which means we have a night where we can just kind of take our breath, kind of chill out, and then Thursday there are some networking events that Steve and I are going to, and it all kind of makes sense, right? But at Dragon Con, based on the photograph that we just saw, people are arriving on Wednesday. And they have now taken at one time, when we stopped going to Dragon Con, we would come down on a Thursday and we would leave on a Tuesday. And the reason why we would go down on a Thursday was because programming didn't really start until Friday. And they had maybe 5 panels tops on Thursday night, and they call them the early birds. Well, now Thursday has full programming. So now people are going down on Wednesday. Oh, hear me out here. They leave for Dragon Con and they get there on Wednesday. And then they go until Monday and they leave on a Tuesday. You're nearly at the hotel for a week. And the hotels that you're at, one of them is the Marriott Marquis, not an economic hotel. The Hilton, which it's connected to, again, pretty expensive hotel. And right next to that is a Hyatt. And all three of these are connected by a sky bridge. And whoo, I mean, that's where you want to stay when you go to Dragon Con. Then there are the satellite hotels. And we stayed at a satellite hotel the last time we went. And I got to say, I loved the hotel. It was a W. If you don't know the W line, it's one of the Wyndham hotels. So it wasn't as expensive, but it was still kind of pricey. And it wasn't connected to the big three. It was more like, I want to say it was more like a 3 or 4 block walk away. Now, bad news, I kind of effed up Pip's phone when I stayed at the Wyndham, when we stayed at the W. But the good news, oh my God. The good news about the Wyndham, the W that we stayed at, I loved this hotel. I freaking loved this hotel. 1, it was just very, very cool, very posh. 2, it had a rooftop pool that was an infinity pool. And 3, it was a saline pool, which means I didn't have to have, I didn't have to worry about goggles or anything like that. I could just open my eyes underwater and I could get in my laps. And man, I loved that pool. Pip's iPhone did not. Okay, so back to it, shall we? Back to it. But yeah, man, an entire week, staying in a hotel for an entire week at Dragon Con. By the way, Jay Rice with the sub over on YouTube. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. But an entire week. I just couldn't do that. I could not do that. That's a bridge too far. That's a freaking bridge too far. Okay, let's get back to where we are in here. And before anybody, or for anybody that's curious, I should mention this. Yeah, we have presently right now, I have 3 segments for the GhostStop investigation. One is the basement at 44 minutes. We have the main showroom at 35 minutes. And then this is the investigation in Mythic Hall, which right now we're at a 49-minute mark. But actually, in the footage, we're only at 26 minutes. if I recall correctly, it wasn't until we got out of Mythic Hall and we went to, I think it wasn't the 4th floor, it was the 5th floor. But it was on one of those floors, things got very, very active. And then at the very end, as we are packing up, we had something happen that we cannot explain. But the reason I'm telling you all this is that we may have enough footage for a show, for at least one episode, at least one. Because I don't know, there was so much chatter, there was so much overlapping chatter, and things happening on the GhostStop main floor that I don't know if I can use any of that footage. The basement was kind of fascinating, but this is how we build, and we create episodes. As we just go and we start chopping things up, and we start seeing how the investigation shaped up. Sometimes we find stuff, sometimes we don't. But yeah, we're still in a good place for this investigation. There's some intriguing stuff that's happened. We're getting some interesting hits off of the portal. So let's see how we go from here. Was it as active as our Rockin' Cradle house? No, but still, there's stuff going on here. There's stuff going on.
Did you have a message for Phil?
I'm coming back this way because I'm feeling a little spooked back there all of a sudden.
Okay.
Doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
Something had me feeling spooked.
Hmm.
So now we're back here.
Do you want to come in here and try to spook the two of us as well?
Ooh.
I kicked off something in there. Oh.
And the thing is, that didn't quite sound like a yes, but there was a lot of things happening in that exchange. That's definitely a question mark moment because, yeah, a lot of stuff happened in that moment. Is it paranormal? Not necessarily, but just it was just really interesting that I asked that question and suddenly it just kind of mumbles. That's the only way I can describe it. When the portal mumbles at you, it's like, oh, what do I do with that? Because obviously we got a hit. We just don't know what the hit was.
Did you have a message?
I can try slowing it down.
Back this way.
Rarely does that help.
A little spooked back there all of a sudden.
Okay.
Doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
Something had me feeling spooked.
Hmm.
So now we're back here.
Do you want to come in here and try to spook the two of us as well?
I mean, there's at least 4 or 5 voices kind of overlapping in that moment.
I mean, you've made this green light go off a couple of times. It's impressed Connor over here, but he still has to see the red light go off. Can you make that red light go off?
It's when the red light goes
You don't even
off,
have to touch this
as
device.
if on
It's fine.
command. That's when I get a little freaked out.
You just get close to it. It'll go off. It's a very deep voice coming out of there. I told you to do it. I'll give you a little incentive. You know how the green light works. So if you
Want to talk to Phil a little more? Make the green light go off again. If you prefer, Phil does not go out into the hallway and talk to you. Make the red light go off. Green for yes, red for no. Do you want to talk to Phil some more?
Weird voices out of the portal. What's red mean on the button?
That's temperature change.
Because I saw a red like bolt blast from the center of it to the
Yeah.
door there.
That's a temperature change if I recall. Red is temperature, green is motion.
That sounds right to me.
It was actually EMF. Now,
Yeah, I'm filming.
while we're giving the reason I'm giving Connor a pass on that, he said sounds right to me. Literally, it was that new. It was that new of a device. Because we went to GhostStop in April. Hang on. Let me just double check. We went to GhostStop in Rossi coming to visit. Wait. That's season 4 premiere. Yeah, Rossi fam coming to visit. So yeah, we went. Wait, no. Oh no, ghost event. No, that. Yeah, I wasn't there because that was Penhurst. Okay, Rossi Morris interview. Bourbon City Steam. So it was April. It had to be April. All right, another way I can check. Hold on. Please hold. Your call is very important to us. Okay. Yep, April. So it was April, and yeah. So it was in April when we visited, and March was when they started rolling out the Hydra. So it was still a new device. So yeah, that's why I'm giving Connor a pass. It's not that he's bad at his job. It was just that the Hydra is that new. So yeah, green motion. We got green. Green is motion, but red, we were still kind of working with it ourselves. But yeah, it's EMF.
On the Hydra, so.
I had convinced myself it was reading temperature, and then that was when
That was my chair. Okay.
that was when Sean was like, no, it doesn't measure temperature. It measures EMF. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you.
That sounded like warning. It was the same voice.
Yeah.
It sounds like warning. That sounded like warning. It was the same voice.
Yeah.
It sounds like warning.
The device I really want to see blow my mind is the Envoy. And the Envoy really hasn't come
You're
through
also
yet.
facing away from the speaker.
That's true.
It had a promising moment when we were at Penhurst, but every other place where I've remembered to take it out and I've done something with it. Hasn't really come through. So I'm trying to figure out if it's me or if it's just the device itself. It's an intriguing device. I'll be the first one to say it. The Envoy is a very intriguing device, but haven't quite figured out what the secret sauce is in making it work.
Not saying
Excuse
that
me.
counts for much distortion, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Are you trying to warn us?
Again, I'll make it simple. Green, yes. You're warning us. Red, no. No warning. message you'd like for us to pass on to Sean, the new owner of the building? Is there anything you want us to tell Sean?
It says you can tell me, it sounded like.
I thought it said fine by me, but I heard the by me.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want us to tell Sean? I hear the by me as well, but I'm not hearing fine by me. Ooh, there's something that's just under the static. Yeah, there's something just underneath the static, but I can't hear the rest of it. Those are the ones I'm always uptight about, because man, I want to know what the full message was. I want to know what was being said, and it's like when it does that little, like it almost like it swallows the syllable or the word or whatever it is. Okay.
It says you can tell me, it sounded like.
I thought it said fine by me, but I heard the by me.
Yeah. And I've got my digital recorder right next to it as well,
Right.
so we can,
Compare notes.
upon review, we're like, okay, that's not what I thought it said at all, which does happen.
Oh, that happens often. I could. Oh, that happens often.
I could have sworn I heard a Robert and
I heard from Virginia. There's definitely a from Virginia in there.
which does happen.
Oh, that happens often. I think it's actually saying I'm from Virginia. That's what I hear. Okay, I'm from Virginia.
I could have sworn I heard a Robert and all that nonsense. If you said Robert, can you say that again, please?
Yeah, that was you.
That was me. That's still me. Robert, are you here with us? Please give us a sign if you're here with us.
W.
Oh, did you get a letter?
You have W.
What? Set my other camera. That's what I really want.
Ironically, I just heard Roberta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe, here with us? Please give us a sign if you're here with us.
W.
Oh, did you get a letter?
You have W. Okay, so I got a W on there, and the mode that it's currently on, I must have switched it over from emoji mode. So the Envoy has a bunch of different modes. It has a yes/no mode, which I don't necessarily feel like I need, because I've already got Simon. You know, I've got a Flux 2. I've got 2 Flux 2, so I should be fine. Then you've got an emoji mode, which is a bunch of faces, and that was the one that intrigued me the most at Penhurst, because I got scared and sad. which I thought was interesting considering Penhurst. And then they've got like a directional mode where it tells you where activity is occurring close to the device. And then finally, you've got what's called the spirit board mode, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's the alphabet, and there's a cursor that goes along the letters, and it's supposed to basically be like a digital Ouija board, and that's the one I'm the most intrigued by. But that's also, when you think about it, that's the toughest one to pull off, you know. And then to get even more intriguing about this is that it has 3 different ways that something that you can't see interacts with it. It's either touch, EMF, or temperature. And I'm fascinated by that. So there's a lot of potential within the Envoy, but I still haven't taken it to that one investigation that's just blown me away, you know. So I'm patient with it because Connor raves about it. And I think another I'm blanking on her name. One of the tour guides from the Lynchburg haunted Lynchburg tours. Also run through GhostStop. She loves the Envoy as well. So I'm like, okay, well then I gotta figure out where I'm getting stuck in the rut. You know what I mean? I gotta figure out how to make this device work for me. Maybe it doesn't, you know. It could be like, you know, with everybody has their jam. You know, like Phil has the SDs. I have spirit writing, and maybe when it comes, it's the same thing with gadgets. You know, I don't know. You know, we'll have to. The jury is still out on the Envoy.
Set my other camera. That's what I really want.
And that's where I heard Roberto. By the way, Chet, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and thank you for joining me on this. This is the hardest part. Whenever people ask me about, oh, I want to get into ghost hunting too, I'm like, okay. Your first question: are you ready to sit down for hours on end and review this stuff? Because you have to. You have to. If you want to be good at this, you need to review the evidence, review the footage, review it all. And we are very good at reviewing stuff, but we haven't reviewed all of it. You know, there's a file that I have where I left a recorder outside of Annenberg Mansion. I left it out there for 8 hours. I still have that file. I'm gonna listen to it. I just don't know when. Ironically, I just heard Roberta.
Oh, really? Yeah. Maybe the Secret Life of Robert.
Wow. Wow, Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's some activity out there.
I'm pretty sure I had a second camera in the hallway because Phil had left some motion sensors out there, and I know they were going off.
People hit that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's some activity out there. So I'm noticing that the white lights are on.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the white lights on the hydrant, on the hub, mean they've detected some kind of activity in that particular direction. I'll just do it again. So I'm going to get a little closer to that. Okay, I heard a noise come from down the corridor. I couldn't tell if it was a motorcycle outside.
I'm not sure. Here.
You taking a closer look? You taking a closer look?
I thought it said, yeah, please, but I don't think
not to break the mood, but just so you know, the giggle was clipped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Fee told me that. I heard that say whatever.
And we found out that the giggle was, in fact,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was whatever. That was whatever. That's exactly what it said. Whatever. All right. Oh, well, whatever, never mind.
Yeah, I saw that. Fee told me that. I heard that say whatever. I got temperature changes. I got the hydrant. Are you out in the hallway? I got temperature changes. I got the hydrant. Are you out in the hallway?
Don't know if I'm reaching for it, but I actually hear it say, uh-huh. When I say, are you out in the hallway? And I feel like the portal just says, uh-huh.
I'm getting movement.
On hydrant?
On hydrant. Yeah, movement. I just heard a voice
I heard something too.
in the hall. Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. Now I got to look and see if I have a camera out there in the hallway. And I need to make sure that I press record on it. Okay, that is the downstairs. And this is still downstairs. No, wait. It looks like I did have. All right, let me just see here. Oops, wrong one. Wrong window. Pardon me. Okay. All right, so there's GhostStop. Taika. Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought, for a brief moment, chat, I thought that I had left, that I didn't have anything running in the hallway. But it looks like I did have Taika running in the hallway. Okay, so that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. All right. And that might be an option. If I can't like really edit the hallway in the same at the same time or do the hallway in the same fashion, I might have to do part 1 being in the actual room of Mythic Hall and part 2 being in the hallway of Mythic Hall. That's a possibility. Oh. Attention, all personnel. Ads in 25 seconds. Ads in 25 seconds. That is all. All right. Except for those of you on YouTube don't have to worry about ads. You're fine. On Twitch, as the message says, you can, and if you really want to avoid getting ads, but you just don't want to, but you still want to help out the stream in general. You can always sub, because if you sub, I go on ahead and say, yeah, subs, no ads, which is always nice. But if you're like, you know what, I hop around from stream to stream to stream to stream, that's going to get expensive. Well, then the other thing is to invest in Twitch Turbo. I do Twitch Turbo. Now, some of the bonuses of working with Twitch Turbo is my streams stay up a little longer, and that's always nice. The second thing I like about Twitch Turbo is I pay one price and then everybody I get ad free, and that's just the way I fly. That's the way I fly, and it helps out Twitch. So I don't mind helping out Twitch because they're offering this service for free, and I want to be able to help them out as much as possible. So yeah, that's the way I roll as a Twitch streamer. Okay, we're pushing on. But again, if anybody has any questions about the gadgets, about what we do, how we do it, what we get up to, please feel free to ask. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay. When I hear it a second time, that's when I need to put. Oh shit! I need to put something a little more sensitive out there.
We hear you. We're glad about that.
Okay, the good news is that I actually had a camera. I had a camera rolling in the hallway, so if there's a voice out there, if we caught a voice, it might be on one of the other camera angles. Ah. Also, the giggle should be caught on this camera. So we'll see if it truly was Phil or if it was something else. That was another one that sounded like it said Pedro.
That sounded like leave.
I heard something too in the hall.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. When I hear it a second time, that's when I need to put. Oh shit! Ah, that's what I put out there. I put Sonic out there. Sonic being my digital recorder. So Sonic is actually sitting here and recording the whole time.
More sensitive out there. We hear you. We're glad about that. We're not frightened.
That sounded like leave.
Oh, that did sound like leave. Ooh. Okay.
That sounded like leave.
Is there a reason why you don't want us on this floor?
It did. I'll play it again for you, Randy. I'm Huckleberry. Okay. Yeah, that kind of popped. That kind of popped.
Is there a reason why you don't want us on this floor?
There it is. It does sound Pedro. It does sound like it's saying Pedro. Now, I don't know if it is, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the name Pedro. That's the second time we've gotten Pedro. Pedro is, from what I understand, it is a common name in Spanish circles, in South American and Latino. stream. Now that I've got the stream, or I've got the sounded like it a second time. No, probably not.
Oop.
I think that's wishful thinking. Okay.
It's that same feeling, man, in that room. Absolutely. Should.
Okay, if you guys could get behind me, that'd be great, because I want to be able to
I will
get the...
come behind you in a minute.
All
Is
right.
this room here?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the room that I was hearing the noises in.
So what we've done is that we and this is not uncommon. We've left we've left the portal behind, and now we're going to where we're getting a little more action. We're hearing sounds. I know I heard a sound out here, and I do not recall doing this, but yeah, it looks like I'm like, okay, well, if I did that with this one, what did I do with the other camera that I have already shooting down the hall? And I guess we'll find out. So here we go.
Ah. Makes sense.
Are you in here still?
So you can see the Hydra in the middle of the corridor. And here I'll okay.
That sounded exactly like I'm here.
Oh my God. Yeah, Connor. It sounds like it says I'm here. Wow. Ooh, wow. Wow. That's pretty good catch there. Pretty good catch there. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, Connor. Stars in his eyes, if you will.
That sounded exactly
Well,
like I'm
pops.
here.
That pops.
Okay, I'm turning off the lights so we can have more privacy.
I just want to say, chat, it's very rare for me to turn off the light. And the only reason I think I did that was because we have so many different devices with different lights on them. I thought it'd be okay. And I think there is a laser grid at the very end of the hallway. I don't think it shows up as well on the phone camera as it does on my other cameras. But we will be pushing on.
Is that blue light down there in the camera?
And you'll notice this little light comes on. That's a motion light. That's a motion light. And the way the motion light is set up, the way the IR emitter for it is that you've got to walk right by it to set it off. So that's compelling. And to give you an idea how long we've been using said motion lights, yeah, the motion light has been in the kit since the days of Crescent. So that's going back to season 1. That's going back to season 1.
Down there in the camera?
The blue light's the
Not
camera.
like that. I'm coming back out. I heard something that sounded like a whisper in there. It could have been something else, but
That's Phil.
it's not a sound that I would categorize as pleasant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? I think I spent enough time with it. I'm good.
Did you feel it, man?
I felt it. It's
Dude, something. When I've got my back turned, like I'm facing the exit, that's when I.
Now, unlike the spirit candle, which turns on and turns off due to bursts of EMF, The motion light just stays on and then resets. So yeah, that's it. Turning on and turning off doesn't really matter. It matters more when it turns on. You know.
Start feeling like chills on my back.
Yeah, there's a heavy sense in that move.
All right, let's.
Ooh. Now this is where it gets interesting. Did you see how the rotating light in the hub of Hydra is basically it's in scan mode, but watch when it freezes. You'll notice that when it freezes,
All right,
you'll notice that at the very tip you see those two red lights. That's an EMF spike, not temperature. EMF spike. And the earlier trigger for it was, in fact, that was Phil. That was Phil doing that. All right, so what do I call? You know what? I'll leave it on green. And we'll just say Hydra EMF.
let's focus, guys.
Sorry.
No, it's not.
And it hits EMF again on the other side. Because if you don't see, if I don't see it strike, or if you don't see the green light, that means it's EMF. But I can tell Phil and Connor are both getting excited because they're talking, and I'm the one that has to say,
No,
you gotta focus.
It's not just you. I'm talking to Rossi.
Well, we're corroborating.
Yeah.
This is corroborating.
That could have been my stomach. So.
Is that a train?
I heard that.
Okay. Can I get quiet on the set?
I don't mind saying it. I'm sounding like a punchy little bitch. I am. Wow. I mean, woo. Good gravy. I mean, they're looking at me like.
So we're good, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm having none of it.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I'm having none of it. That's them moving around.
We've heard you out here a couple of times. You're not afraid of us, are you?
Ooh, I heard that. You can actually hear the portal say no. You can actually have the portal. You can actually hear the portal say in response no. What the hell did I do? Oh, wait a minute. What the hell did I do here? Oh, no, don't want to do that. Sorry, everybody. All right, now it's working. Okay.
Quiet on the set. We've heard you out here a couple of times. You're not afraid of us, are you?
Sounded like no.
We just want to talk to you. Oh. Now that was motion. That was motion. Want to talk to you. Movement. And EMF. I'll tell you something. The Hydra has been probably one of the more fascinating, one of the cooler gadgets I've seen come out of GhostStop in a long time. I really like it. Are you happy with the changes, Sean? Are you happy with the changes Sean has made here? Almost sound like a chorus. Yes. Made here? See, the problem with saying, oh, that was a yes, the problem with it is that it also sounds like interference. So it could be yes, it could be something entirely different. It's the only downside of that. Okay. It's Hydra. EMF. Boom. Got a temperature change on whoa.
That was a lot.
Did you hear that?
It sounded
Well,
like
I heard something sound like a.
Got a temperature change on whoa. Whoa. Okay. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. We're nearing the last, like the last, half hour to hour of the stream, and we catch that. Okay. Listen for it. Got a temperature change on whoa.
that was a lot.
Did you hear that?
It sounded
Well, I
like
heard something sound like a.
Yeah, I heard a
I don't know. I think I might be hearing things.
It gets to that point.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I don't think it was Connor, and I don't think it wasn't Phil. Got a temperature change on whoa.
That was a lot.
Did you hear that?
It sounded
Well,
like
I heard something sound like a.
Yeah, I heard a
I don't know. I think I might be hearing things.
Okay. Just gonna isolate this, and I'm gonna see if I can't. I'm gonna see if I can't isolate that sound. But woo. Okay, first off, I'm going to label this as again rose red. Okay, and let's bring this puppy into Adobe Audition. Let's bring this puppy into Adobe Audition. Okay, let's see if we caught that. It's right after I say something. Got a temperature change on right, this is boosted by 6 decibels.
Got a temperature change on got a temperature change on
It's not coming from the portal. That is definitely not coming from the portal. All right. Gonna boost it again. So this is boosted by 12 decibels.
got a temperature change on
Ooh, that's juicy. That's juicy. Now, can I clean it up at all? Okay. See what that does to it.
got a temperature change on got a temperature change on got a temperature change on
It's not my stomach.
got a temperature change on
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. All right. So when I eventually get around into making this into an episode, that's definitely going to be highlighted, because there's something there that I feel like I need to make that a sound for the soundboard. Listen, I'll tell you, something's moving, man, and it ain't us. You know. Because that's woo, Nelly. All right, so let me make this, instead of red, let me label this something else so I know. Yeah, something went down here, T. Not magenta. Let's go with the moon is yellow. There we go. All right. Wow. Wow.
got a temperature change on whoa.
That was a lot.
Did you hear that?
It sounded
Well, I
like...
heard something sound like a.
Yeah, I heard a
I don't know. I think I might be hearing things.
I guess at that point.
I
Yeah.
heard evil ghost.
I just heard something go I wasn't sure if it was a motorcycle or not.
Well, when you started saying that, T, when you were talking about we are hearing, I heard you or something along those
Yeah.
lines. The portal said, "We are watching."
Well, so are we.
So the ladies are.
I swear to God, Phil will hear full on TED Talks coming out of his portal. I swear to God. I love him. I love my boo dearly, but yeah.
Got a temperature change on whoa.
That was a lot.
Did you hear that?
It sounded
Well, I
like...
heard something sound like a.
Yeah, I heard a
I don't know. I think I might be hearing things.
I guess at that point.
I
Yeah.
heard evil ghost.
I just heard something go I wasn't sure if it was a motorcycle or not.
Well, when you started saying that, T, when you were talking about we are hearing, I heard you or something along those
Yeah.
lines.
Okay. So there's something there. Yeah, there's something there where the again, I think it's EMF. If it stops scanning and if it stops scanning. Oh, ow. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. Oh. So now things are starting to pick up a little bit. Things are starting to pick up. Again, going back to the fishing analogy, you can have a stream where it's just super quiet, and then in the in the latter part, suddenly, bam, kicks in. All right. Oh no. This is the Hydra. Hydra EMF. Ooh. All right. Ow, man. Something's stinging my eye now. I don't know what went into my eye, but oof. Ow, 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 ow. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. Oh. Whew. Okay.
Yeah.
The portal said, "We are watching."
So are we.
So the ladies are almost back. I'm gonna go downstairs to meet them.
Okay.
Can I get your badge?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay. Another EMF hit. Okay. Hydra EMF. Right? Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you too. You're gonna need it. Hey, bring a Boo Buddy back up.
Okay. Yeah.
That was probably one of the coolest things about ghost hunting here. If we forgot any kind of equipment, the good people at GhostStop said, "Well, we got all kinds of equipment here. Feel free." It's just a matter of if it was charged up, and I think they
Okay, now there's just two.
Oh, look at that! Boom, boom, baby, right there. I do love the Hydra. Okay.
Now there's just two of us here. Did you want to make your presence known?
No. Yeah, that was a clear no. Do you want us to make your presence known? No. All right.
I heard it say no. I'm going to mark this spot. I thought I saw some movement at the end of the hallway. I'm going to mark this spot. I thought I saw some movement at the end of the hallway.
Which means it's something I got to check out again. So I will go on ahead and I will isolate this spot as a place to check. And then you'll have to see in the episode whether I caught anything or not. Okay, so let's do this.
Did you want to make your presence known?
I was also looking at the Hydra.
Well, I was looking at the window.
Okay. Yeah, all of the stuff that you see me doing tonight, it's gonna help me out a lot when it comes to just getting the footage ready for production. Before I forget, ads are starting, so heads up, everybody, ads are starting. Okay, see you in a bit. All right. So the trick is I have to look at the other cameras and see,
Okay.
because my
Did you see
camera
it
is
too?
currently angled down.
Okay.
I was also looking at the Hydra.
Well, I was looking at the window. And we have movement.
tell you what, Connor and I will not say a word. We will go completely quiet. We'll go completely quiet. See, another reason why I was kind of thinking that this particular floor was going to be active. I'll wait until everybody gets back from the ads. It's only about 15 seconds, so we're good. Go completely quiet so you can say whatever you like to us. Okay? I know that takes a lot of energy. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So, something I wanted to point out real quick was that the reason we were on the third floor, specifically the third floor, not the second floor, but the third floor, was because so one of the cool things that they're doing over at GhostStop is that they're taking the third floor and they're turning it into a role-playing immersive space. And it's going to be called Mythic Hall. You've heard me talk about it before, but anybody that's new to the stream tonight, let me go ahead and hip you onto this. It takes a lot of energy. And what Mythic Hall is going to be is that it's going to be an immersive adventure space. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, if you want to wear costumes, you can wear costumes. But the idea is that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons or another role-playing game or something like that in an immersive setting, whether it's a spaceship or whether it's a King's Hall or something along those lines. That is where you're playing your RPG. It's very exciting, and there's a lot of hype about it already. There's going to be a Kickstarter where you might even have a chance to design or pitch an idea for a space. But the reason I thought that this would be a good place to investigate is because one thing that has been a constant is that when there's renovation happening or when there's any kind of changes or construction happening around a site that is believed to be haunted, the paranormal activity tends to increase. And we've seen it in other places as well. So I thought Mythic Hall, perfect place for us to go. And it's interesting. I don't think it's been locking and popping, but it has been, especially that's really interesting. That's a really interesting lot of energy happenstance there. But feel free to let us know your thoughts. Okay? Quick message to the kiddo. Okay. Quick message. Whenever you make a noise, you just say, "That was me." You don't whisper it. You make sure to let people know that was me. Okay. You got this. You're good. Fine. You're just fine.
Sorry.
I need to apologize. You're good. What about just noticed the central hub.
You got this.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's right there, and it looks like it picks up because I don't see motion. I'm gonna make the bold assumption that it is EMF. Okay.
You got this. You're good. Fine. Doing just fine.
Sorry.
I need to apologize. You're good. What about you? Did you?
Okay.
You? Did you have anything you wanted to?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wanted to share with us? Look at that.
Yeah. That was
Okay. Got excited there for a second. Hey, look, if you want to know more about who we are, I'm T. Connor over here, you should recognize because Connor works here. And yes, he does good work here.
thanks, Steve.
If you want me to keep this this light off, just let me know.
Oh,
Let me know.
so I turned it back on. Good job.
I'm gonna
Pastor.
turn this on.
So what you're now seeing is that I have one of the tentacles of the Hydra going into the one of the boardrooms, or one of the rooms that's going to be turned into a play space. Does Phil do any of this editing and or checking with you over certain things you find? Great question, Randy. Yeah, well, here's the thing. When it comes to the editing part, I get the impression that Phil wants to learn. I get the impression that Phil wants to increase his skill set, if you will, and also help me out. The problem is that it's very difficult for me to teach Phil how to do this. He's trying to teach himself, and he's getting there, but Phil doesn't know much when it comes to the subtleties and the way you handle video. He does not, and that is not a slam on Phil. That is not in any way a slam on Phil. Phil actually helps me out with the audio, and come season 5, Phil says he wants to step back in, and he wants to really get into into helping me out with the audio, because he has a better way of sweetening the audio, a better way of working with the audio, so that if he hears something like that, he could bring that out far better than I could. And I'm good with that. I'm good with acquiescing that, because, as I said in the last part 2 in the investigation of the Rocking Cradle House, Phil is a trained musician. Phil is a trained audio engineer, so he knows how to do that. But when it comes to video, that's when I kind of pull my weight and say, Phil, I'm bringing over 20 some odd years. In fact, it's close. It's going to actually be. Let's see, the first Ren Fair video I did was 19. Well, let me rephrase that. The first one that I edited using Adobe Premiere was, I want to say it was either 95 or 96. So I'm actually coming up on 30 years of digital video editing experience. Now, I will say I haven't really flexed on that until I started doing Old Spirits. And there was stuff that I had to reteach myself, and I had to really get back into the nuances. I now have it where I've got a workflow, and I'm trying to help Phil develop his own workflow. But that is, I will say, if Phil and Tina, or more to the point, let me knock wood, when Phil and Tina make the jump to here, I'm gonna try to convince Phil to let me teach him how to work Adobe Premiere, so that the two of us can sit down, really work together, and help the production aspect of it. Gonna give him easy stuff to do first, because one of the toughest things that I've found anyway with the video aspect of this is we discovered that the algorithm, going back to something I think Freddie said much earlier in the stream, was he said, feed the algorithm what it wants. The algorithm wants longer content. So I am now creating content that is far longer than I thought it would be. Originally, I thought, yeah, we'll do a sweet spot, 30 to 45 minutes each episode, 30 to 45 minutes. That'll be great. That's not what the algorithm wants. The algorithm really wants, it really wants like an hour and a half or longer. Anything over an hour, it's happy. And obviously, people are like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure it wants anything over an hour. Why? Because you play more ads in an hour, or you pay for the pro end version of YouTube, and then you're paying YouTube. So yeah, so I would love to teach Phil more of this, because not only is it a great skill to have under your belt as a content creator, it would help me out a lot. But unfortunately, right now I'm the video guy, and that's fine. I'm okay with that, because I would have to teach Phil some of the tricks that I've learned. I would have to teach Phil some of the stuff that some of the flows that I have on how to, in particular, how to sync up audio and video, so that we can then hop back and forth between cameras. And so that's kind of the long short answer to the story, if that helps. But thanks everybody for being here. Certainly do appreciate it. Let me see who is on tonight, and let me see who I can send the love to. Why is this? Recommended. How about viewers? Thank you. There we go. Just looking to see who's on right now. How long has J-Rock been on? Give me a second. Please hold, everyone. Your call is very important to me. You know what? Let's send the love to J-Rock. This is J-Rock the God. He is a friend of the Manabuds. Nice guy. I've never rated him before, but he's good people. And yeah, let's go on ahead and let's send the love to J-Rock. Let's send the love to J-Rock the God. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. What do you mean this video is unavailable? I'm streaming, man. Hang on. What do you mean this video is unavailable? Don't be messing with me like that, chat. Don't be messing with me like that, Twitch. All right. We're rating J-Rock the God. Now, as many of you know, if you have a tier 1 sub, all you got to do is copy pasta this message into his chat when you get there. But if you don't have a tier 1 sub, that's fine. I'm not going to force you or compel you in any way, unless you really want to sub to this channel. So, what you can do though is grab some emotes for that you know you've got that you want to share. Make the message. It's a tea party. Cheers to the Monster Mash, and then make the text message my message, and then we're golden. But thank you everybody. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. I'm going to get back to you all about Saturday. I have no idea if I will be available for stream or if I got something to do on Saturday. We're trying to narrow it down, but. You can definitely catch me here Monday mornings with the Mana Buds, unless we're doing something for Labor Day, because Labor Day is coming up, right? All right, everybody. I will keep you all posted on what's going on. Love you all. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you later. Take care, everybody. Have a great extended weekend. Peace.
I had to grace him headed back. I hopefully can hit like level 10 or 12. T, what's up, T?
Alright, that's technically, I think the one we did on the way over here, which might have a little thing with souls in it. And the circus movement, love that.
Alright, we do have time in the castle. Let's see. Do we want to see what's up top? I'm level 12 at least.
I am also level 12.
I'm about level 12. Apparently I gotta hit a damn grace again.
Alright, let us shortcut
Your
our
call.
way
You
up.
can also do Crucible Knights.
Let's shortcut our way up. Well, yeah, Crucible Knights might be faster and cleaner.
Alright, I'll do it for this up.
Yo, T-Monster, thank you so much for that raid, fam. What were you up to today? Were you doing your paranormal stuff today?